Praise be Jesus and Mary. Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving are the three tenets of the Lenten season. For today's reflection, we're just going to talk briefly about prayer. I'm not sure if we've said these things before. We probably have, but repetition doesn't hurt. It can be a good thing. The Catechism is divided into 4 sections. The 4th section deals specifically with prayer. In the first paragraph of that 4th section, it says that prayer is a relationship. Paragraph 2558. Prayer is a relationship. That's what I tell people when I talk to them about prayer. I said prayer is a relationship. The stronger your prayer life is, that means the stronger your relationship with the Lord will be. The weaker your prayer life is, the weaker your relationship. And if we have a weak relationship with the Lord, that means that we're going to be turning to other things to fill that spiritual void. Some of those things might even be destructive and very unhealthy for us. So if you want to improve your spiritual life and life in general and your prayer life, understand prayer from the point of view of relationship. How do we develop a good, healthy, loving relationship with someone? Well, one, you obviously need to get to know the person. You need to spend time with them. For example, I can't really say that I know the actor Tom Cruise, right? I've seen some movies of his. I know what he looks like. I know what his voice sounds like, but I really don't know him. I've never spent any time with him. So you need to spend time with the other person in order to get to know them. Getting to know someone also means that you talk with them and you listen to them as well, right? A good relationship is a two-way street of talking and listening. It's not a monologue, just me talking about myself and my problems or what I like or what I want, which is probably what most of us did as kids with our poor parents, right? Probably a lot of us did that. A relationship that's just a one-way street often isn't very healthy. At times it isn't functioning very well. Also, in a good, loving relationship, you learn to share your heart with the other person. So your thoughts and your feelings and your hopes and your worries and your struggles, you learn to be vulnerable with them. So in a good, intimate relationship, you share your heart with the other person. You open up to them, and they do the same with you as well. When they feel like they can trust you, they will actually open up to you as well. And that creates an atmosphere of acceptance and understanding and compassion and even empathy, and not being judgmental or condemning or shaming. Also, in a loving relationship, you learn to do things with the other person and also for the other person. You care about them, you think about them. The deeper the love for the other person, the more they'll be at the center of your heart and at the center of your thoughts. Also, in a good relationship, it's not just about what I can get from the other person. In a good relationship, I think a lot about what I can give to the other person, not just what I can get from them. So you can apply all those things we just mentioned to your prayer life, to your relationship with the Lord. To get to know God, you need to spend time with Him. So you read Scripture or some good books of the saints and reflect on the things that you read or you listen to. Good conferences or homilies. One of the added bonuses of our homilies is that they can also help you go to sleep if you need some help in that department too. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone with our reflections. You can also spend time with the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament as well too. Also reading the Catechism. It's a good way to spend time to get to know the Lord. Also, practically, concretely speaking, serving the poor. It's a good way to get to know the Lord, believe it or not. You also get to know Him by speaking with Him, which can include praying the Rosary, praying the Divine Mercy Chaplet, saying novena prayers, things like that, but also just telling the Lord what's really on your mind and your heart, speaking to Him like you would a good friend or a loving spouse. Don't hold back. He can take it, whatever you have to give to Him. I can promise you He's heard worse. So whatever you have to share, He's heard worse. He can take it. The Lord doesn't like formal, pretend relationships. He wants us to be real with Him. We need to be real, but also respectful, remembering that He's God and that we're not God, and that's a good thing. God is both holy and He's also a loving Father. at the same time. So we have to remember that. Be respectful, but real as well. We also need to learn to listen to him, probably the hardest part, right? Prayer is a two-way street, again, not a one-way street. And it's not just about give me this and give me that, or help me. It also includes thank you. It includes I appreciate that. It includes I offer this to you, Lord. I accept this cross. Thank you for loving me. Thank you. Help me to love you in return. It also includes saying to the Lord, I don't think the Patriots will ever win the Super Bowl again, which is kind of sad. But you be real with the Lord. You tell him what's on your mind and on your heart. That's a real relationship. But again, we need to learn to listen at the same time. One of our prayers should be, Lord, give me ears to hear. Help me to learn to listen to you. Help me to learn to listen how you speak to me and when you speak to me. So we learn to share our heart and our life with the Lord in prayer. And when we do that, he begins to do the same with us too. And through all of this, we'll learn that we are accepted and loved and understood and appreciated by God. We're not shamed by God, not condemned. He's not a cold or condemning or distant or uncaring Father. He's not those things. We'll also learn that we are truly, again, loved by him. And that'll make us want to love him all the more. It'll make us want to do things with the Lord and for the Lord. It'll make us want to give our lives and our hearts more and more to him. Question, are relationships easy? Typically not, right? Typically not. Not usually. Don't expect it to be any different with God, okay? God asks of us things which aren't always easy. In the series The Chosen, there's a scene there in one of the episodes where Thomas and the girl that he's working with, Rama, they go off to follow Jesus, and Rama's father is with them, and he tells Jesus he doesn't agree with the fact that his daughter goes off to follow him. But at one point in the discussion, Jesus says to the father, he says, I ask a lot of those who follow me, but I ask little of those who do not. There's a lot of truth in that too. It won't always be easy to follow Christ and to be faithful to him and faithful to his teachings, but if we choose to follow him and be faithful to him, we'll have a beautiful life. Even if we don't have an easy life, it will be beautiful. And remember that we can pray at any time and in any place. The Lord is always with us. Our Lady is always with us as well. They're just waiting for us to reach out to them or to remember them. And remember that in a relationship, you don't always have to be talking about something with the other person. Just learning to be with that person that you love is a great way of deepening intimacy with them. It's the same with the Lord. Sometimes it's just best to place ourselves in spirit with him, just to be with him. It's a great way of cultivating our life of prayer and our life of union with God. Lastly, if you improve your relationship with the Lord, that'll help you improve all of your other relationships as well. It may strain some of those relationships too, but maybe that's because from a spiritual point of view, they need straining. Sometimes that happens. Maybe those relationships aren't in line with God's best for us to begin with. Mother Teresa said, and we've shared this before, the fruit of silence is prayer, the fruit of prayer is faith, the fruit of faith is love, the fruit of love is service, the fruit of service is peace. So let's ask Our Lady, the Queen of Peace, the Queen of God's peace. Let's ask her what the disciples asked her son. Mother, teach us how to pray, just as Jesus taught his disciples. She's the best mother in the world. She won't let you down if you ask her to teach you that. Ask her to teach you how to pray, to teach you how to speak to the Lord, to teach you also how to learn to listen to him as well. Praise be Jesus and Mary, now and forever.